I'm just gonna exist for the next 3 hours.
It's like we
Alright.
get to camp a whole other night.
And prepare accordingly before starting the
It's you
investigation.
and me, Thomas.
As it was
There
always
have
never
been
meant to
reports
be.
of a cursed object nearby. This must be the reason that the ghost was summoned here. Take a look. You may be able to use it to your advantage.
Never say never, but I think this is probably the last time we'll ever place again. Soak it in.
So we have to drive to them, which will probably take like an hour and a half, and then where are we going from there?
4 hours down to Oakland.
Alright.
Okay. It takes 3 hours to go from Indianapolis to Columbus. We have now driven halfway Indianapolis to Columbus. We'll now do the other half. Goodbye, Lost Coast.
That was the drive.
It was so long. We just kept turning and turning and turning, turning.
Food next?
Yeah.
Food next?
Yeah. And we're off.
We are at the Peg House. Are you ready to get full?
I am ready.
Ready to get so full. Alright, Peg House. Are you guys ready to get pegged?
The dessert person thing.
We're gonna think that we just send Thomas away, but he just does this to himself. I keep hearing other people's names, and I'm just like, what if Robbie just put the name in the order and under someone else's name? Like when he called Sarah, it's like, oh, what if you order and then Sierra? It's like, oh, that's our order. It's good, man. So simple, yet so delicious.
That's just like lingonberries or something.
Blackberries. This is like environment, atmosphere-wise, one of the best places we've had a post-tent meal. It's fantastic. I'm glad all three of us are here.
Thomas can't wait to leave our present.
What kind of drunk are you? Are you a happy drunk? I feel like you're the same when you're drunk. I'm a happy drunk.
Potato salad.
I don't know. Banana peppers. Macaroni salad. Pick up a burger. I got the Mediterranean chicken sandwich. Okay. Very good. Good music. Football? Come on, man. This is what I live for. This is top 5 best football right now. Easy. Yeah. I got potato salad. We got bumper stickers. Headed out?
I think I'm heading out here.
All right.
You have a good trip?
I had a great trip. How are you?
I had a good trip.
Probably got enough Robbie.
I think I'll see you in September, actually.
September?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Alright. See you, man. Have a safe drive back. Driving away when I came out, he was like, alright, I'm done waiting. What'd you get for him, which is for us?
I got a brownie. It was for everybody, but I guess it's just for us.
Healthy. More sugar than any human would ever need.
Hello. Yeah, it's basement.
My name is Douglas Jackson. I work
I just seen dots.
bouncer at night, which means I usually sleep from morning to the afternoon. But these days, I
Dots.
haven't been getting any sleep during the daytime.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, no spirit box. So
I've been lifting weights.
put down the book, but yeah, dots.
I hate lifting.
Just seen them.
It only really makes sense to do when you're depressed or you've been dumb.
Okay.
My first date with Marys and Cabbage was on April Fool's Day. I was always a little suspicious about how things would turn out because of that. But before long, we were pretty serious. We went on a small road trip together on our third date. After that, on every Friday,
It's hunting, I think. No, you're fine. It's a ghost event.
bus stop. When she got off work, walked home together. Old habits die hard, I guess. But I don't think she's gonna show up today. 1 month ago, she got on a plane to fly out to Oregon and got engaged to a man named Charlie Joe. How should I get over her?
Okay, I don't see any ghost orbs unless I have a camera to take a picture of
The
the.
only way to get over to find another. Maybe I'll try that. Hey, Sarah? It's Douglas. You want to go out for a drink? You're in bed already? This early? Alright. Never mind. Have a good night. Hello? Is this Shruti? Guess who? Yeah, that's right. Listen.
Did you grab any other dots?
Out for a drink tonight? Jasper Crowder?
Said something about EMF 5 and ghost orb is what we would need.
When did that happen? You met an expedition research LLC. Got it. No, you're happy. That's great. That's great.
I burned the crucifix twice. Can you bring it, put the other one down?
I'll see you sometime. Bye. Meow. 演员在不在？我是另外托。你记得我吗？你不记得？好，没事。再见。Hi, is it Sam? John Truitt? Alright, I must have the wrong number. Sorry. Bye.
Yeah, I did. And then took a picture of the ghost.
Love is in ways. Sometimes the burden's just more than it's worth, and you need to take a day or two to rest.
We had all side objectives done too. There you go.
Brian and Osiyamagata want to give a shout out to all the conservationists out there.
Let me go try to find this bone.
We couldn't agree more.
Governor Gonzalez, they're in the last curve. Your brother's behind. Nuh-uh, Jay Ramundo. There's no way my brother would lose. Come on, Dan. I'm going for it. Dan, what are you doing? I've never seen this before.
I just need a flashlight for my blind ass.
Doing con all over again. You're drifting way too hard. I gotta do it. Dan, no, you're crazy. He's going to over trip.
Oh shit, I didn't realize my sanity was that low.
as always, want to give a big thank you to Tim S. Tim S wants to give a shout out to his wonderful wife, Nikki, and his amazing son, Liam. Also, Tim S wants to give a thank you, and we want to give a thank you to Jacob Peterson of Beach and Tactical and Exodus Knife and Tool, as well as Kevin T. Johnson of Midwest Woodcraft. With the generosity of Tim S., he reached out to these two craftspeople, and we're excited to share some of the tools and toys that Tim S. has sent us. So thank you so much, Tim S., and thank you so much to those folks as well.
Hey, it's Robbie, welcome back to the vlog. I've got some people to thank. First up, James Rukitsky. But actually, first up, I'm gonna need something. Alright, let's see what we got here. You know what? I actually want to thank William Garnett too. But
Yeah, I mean, I already got a picture of the ghost.
that's your life. Stop.
Well, not when it's hunting, but just in the dots.
But that's because I've been so busy editing the latest episode. But first, I also want to give thanks to John Scott and Elaine R. Anthony. Now, let's get back to editing that episode.
Oh, nice. Oh, wait, I mean, because it does move it.
Lately, there's a show I've been watching, and it clicks all of my buttons.
So we just need the salt pictures in?
Found it on YouTube. All of it.
Because I took a picture of the music box, the ghost, and then...
Something about it just
Yeah.
did vibes with me. But you know what else? I've got to give a shout out to Gavin Ryan and Akuya Giussari. Thank you so much.
And we got everything done. All pictures, also objectives, and everything.
Well, the editing is done for today, but now I'm going to go for a run.
Yeah, and I got the bone already.
It's really hot and it's really humid. It's time to eat again.
Wait, did I don't know if I picked up the bone. Oh well. I think oh no, I did. Okay, never mind. I picked up the bone.
West Coast Eagles fan. Love Jason. Isn't that right?
Welcome back.
Anyways, that's going to do it for today's vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in this time, and I will see you tomorrow.
I want to give a big thanks to Richard Granger and Ori as well. Who wants to give a shout out to Adam and Ben from the Greatest Generation podcast. It's a cool Star Trek podcast, so make sure you check it out. And Friends of DeSoto, who are still dropping the bangers 6 years in. Thank you so much, Richard.
Lou and Leon Lynn want to give a special shout out to Tom and Sue Kozlowski. Lou and Leon say it was great finally meeting you, Sue and Tom, and hoping to see you more in the future. Also, Sue and Tom, thank you so much for everything that you do. You're wonderful people.
Let's not forget the keys this time. It's like we did with Play Health.
Especially for the news we write for the episodes. Thank you very much.
Master Chief,
Okay.
good to see you.
What's your name?
Christina Alvarez, ma'am.
Alvarez. What's the situation?
There's an elite somewhere inside. David and Jennifer Dickerson already went inside looking for Sunjan Huang. I haven't heard from any of them since.
I'm gonna need your weapon and your helmet.
Take my weapon. You'll need it.
Head back to base. Report to GreatLakesWatercraft.com. I'll take care of this.
The garage. Summoning circles downstairs.
Master Chief, are you two David and Jennifer Dickerson? I'm only Spec Ops Morgan Ariel Weinrich. Spec Ops Taylor Pearson. Ma'am,
The boys' room.
what are you gonna do?
Okay, I was wondering if it was there because I heard the thing open. I'm like, maybe not. I don't see no ghost orbs or anything. I kind of just dropped everything in the living room. I'll grab it, pick it back up and bring it to the kids' room.
Spring arrives, it always seems to take us by surprise. Suddenly, several months of gray winter weather
I got a UV. Yeah, I got one. I'm just grabbing the other stuff that's in the living room. Quick.
Join us as we travel to the Savage Gulf to experience the end of winter and the beginning of spring.
Okay, I'm not gonna take a picture of this bone. I mean, this summoning circle real quick.
On a cloudy evening, Andrew, Brian, and I were driving to meet up in Southwest Ohio before our next adventure began. After a few hours of driving, we arrived at our friend Dave's place.
Well, you are in the right place.
No UV.
And Dave had made some amazing freshly baked breast roast, which we enjoyed with warm butter.
After hanging out and enjoying the food,
Okay, it must've. It wasn't before, so.
Now we were headed further south. We drove past city lights into Kentucky and arrived at a motel.
I just put dots down. Put the other dots down. Okay.
We got all of our gear sorted out ahead of time and got ready for a good night's sleep.
Dots. I seen it from the window. The window.
Got the rest of our packed up and headed out. Now we drove further south. We were excited for our trip, but some heavy rain made us a bit nervous.
I have one. Okay.
the weather
Bang.
cleared as we drove past bucolic rolling hills and
I will. This is a treat for me.
We finally pulled into the trailhead and got to hiking.
This is in part because it's not raining, but I'm feeling really good and excited about this. Because we're further south, all of the spring greens and wildflowers are coming up right now. And I've got this new tack. Brian's got a matching tack. It's gonna be great, yeah.
We made
I have it in my hand right now.
saw a bumblebee pollinating.
from the trailhead, we hike into the Allen Gap camp and checking out Greeter Falls. Then we hike to the Sawmill camp, stay another night, then hike up to the Hobbs Cabin camp. From there, we would hike all the way back out. First, we had some other plans.
So there's a bunch of native wildflowers growing in this area, but there is one that is ornamental, and I believe from Japan, and that's this, which is called the bleeding heart flower. But there's a similar flower called squirrel corn that might see out in the woods, but this one obviously has a really bright pink color.
Before getting on the main trail, we made a quick detour to check out Laurel Falls, and we were getting a bit nervous about the weather.
Now, we can't feel anything, but we heard something.
I have a feeling
No.
that's going to be how the day is, though. It's going to be a lot of on and off rain. That's how the drive was on the way here.
It wasn't long before we made it to the overlook, to the first of many.
It's literally opening the fucking closet right by me.
It was an impressive sight, but before long, we were headed out. The trail led us to the top of the falls, before winding back to where it started. So far, the weather was not quite what we had expected for the springtime.
The rain is not too bad right now, though, but I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. That combined with the cold would be really awful.
It is much colder than even I anticipated it to be. It's quite chilly right now.
I think once we get moving, that'll change.
Yeah.
Nice.
As we hiked, Andrew spotted an edible plant.
Here's a berry we've seen before. It's called a partridge berry. These are actually edible. They grow on a vine plant along the ground, and it's like a really old apple that was in the same room as a cranberry.
So, generally, though, you don't want to keep bright red berries in the wild, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can go either way, really. Like, color and berries, any rules of thumb that exist about them, they're really not that difficult.
So the only thing we need is a fucking microphone, which he's being a bitch right now.
It started falling heavily.
Well, this is less than ideal, but I guess I would take this over straight up rain. At least this gives it a chance to bounce off of us before. No. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting when we were headed south in April. This is cool though.
It was absolutely surreal to be hiking through falling sleet, all the while new spring growth sprouted all around us. The trail led us to an overlook, where the surrealness of the weather really set in. White flecks of ice fell in front of a vista of bright green treetops that were just starting to pop with life.
I'm always being a dickhead and not talking.
In the sleep, we saw fresh green leaves, fungi, and colorful wildflowers.
One thing I love about the spring when it isn't snowing.
They got me.
is that along the trail, you see
I was in a closet. It was completely closed. What the fuck?
they're really such a simple.
Well, at least I got the objective done.
They have a nice little bluish purple color, but it's one of my favorite signs of spring. But when I first learned about it, I thought the name was Blue X, because like it has an X shape, but it's actually just Blue X.
In a way, because it fucking made it whispered. You bad bitch. I swear to God, I hate you. I hate you, babe. Oh, pfft.
We continued hiking and came across a naturalist sign about some of the wildflowers we might expect to find here.
Apparently,
Yes.
because of the fact that it's
Bitch ass day. That closet was closed.
all these wild over 80 species. I just learned it.
So,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just kidding.
down there is where we're going to be for the rest of the trip. Today we're going to be on the rim, we're going to camp at the edge, and then we're going to do a really long downhill tomorrow, and then we'll just be on the Gulf the rest of the time.
Okay.
Not far into the hike, there was a beautiful rocky overlook that we decided to check out.
Man, I love spring. Beautiful. The funny thing is, this overlook is not nearly as far down as a lot of overlooks we've been on. So it's like looking down. Oh, that's not too bad.
Okay.
I love how the way the trees look right now, it's like a delicate pink. Like someone just took a brush and just dabbed a bit of bright green paint over the brown canvas. It was so beautiful.
This time of year is really a magical one. You really get a sense that all of life is returning to the world. Fears and doubts you had about life begin to fade away as the leaves bud and the flowers bloom. Nature often inspires these sorts of thoughts about the universe, and it seems fitting that we experienced one last burst of winter while surrounded by the wilderness. Sometimes, revelations about life only come about through careful observation of the smallest details in nature.
So on this outcropping, there's all these pine trees growing, and I noticed there's all these like galls growing on the branches. I'm not actually sure what causes it, probably some sort of fungus or insect, but if you look closely at the galls, they're actually like oozing with pine sap. It kind of makes me wonder if those would be good for like...
The thermometer's already up here. Just put it on the carpet.
With that resin and that sap.
On the last day, we'll be coming up from here. It's kind of like a really cool staircase. The campsite is this way. You can actually get there either way, but we're going this way today. Starts to rain. Enjoyment increases by tenfold.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Oh, look. Closet.
I remember we used to be really into looking for birds. Yeah, affiliated with one that you would see often. Yeah, they're so huge too. It's really cool whenever you actually do see it. Continued hiking along the top of the bluffs, passing through tall stands of pine trees. Every so often, we retreated to a view of the rocky cliff below, or a view of the distant hills. Everything here still looked and felt like winter. Once in a while, there were signs of spring to be found. So growing along some of these logs, there's a flower called halberd-leaved violet. At first glance, it doesn't really look like other wild violets I've seen, but the yellow flower has the same shape, and the leaf is kind of more of a longer, more spear.
Oh, look, come here.
Shape as the name halberd leaf. And also on some of these logs,
Look at the fingerprints.
false turkey tail and violet-tooth polypore growing.
There's 6 of them on there. Yes.
After a decent bit of hiking, we decided to sit on some stumps, rest, and have a snack. I've been trying to lift more weights, so I just had all these protein bars. I was like, I'll just bring these in. This. Oh. Oh, wow. That's good. So you want a cube protein? Yeah. Give it all. After. Oh, man. This has been great so far. And the thing is, it's only going to get better. Each day the weather is just going to get better.
The campsites are going to get better too. By the end, we're just going to be hotel archives in the cabin.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Now, we packed up our snacks and headed back out. We continued hiking along.
I am.
It's so weird. Something about how
We don't need
trees look down there. Like, I don't know, the fact that they're closer. It almost feels like I'm looking at a meadow with a bunch of shrubs or something.
Do what I want.
But they're actually just trees really far down. So weird. As we hiked, I started looking around for some resources that we could utilize later at our campsite. So there's a bunch of sawdust from when they maintained this trail. Obviously some of it is soaked, but there's still some dry parts where the rain didn't really hit, so I'm going to try to collect some of that and put it in this bag here. It's still a little damp, but hopefully if it dries out, it'll catch a spark like that. We'll see though. I'm going to try to keep it on the inside of my down jacket so it'll like warm up from the body heat. Hopefully some of that moisture will start to go away. But
It's in a Ziploc bag.
yeah, I know, but keep it open maybe. But I mean, like, I wasn't gonna say it, but Ronnie did. But that is something like you can do is when you have a tinder source, you can keep it in your pocket so the warmth will dry it up. And even though it's in a pocket, some of it's still good. Now, the trail led us to another clearing, where we enjoyed another view of the hills. Oh wow, there's like a house in the distance there. Kind of see through the leaves, and then there's also like rocky cliffs peeking through all the trees. It's interesting because one of the hillsides is greener than the other, and I suspect that's because of the way the sun is facing.
I mean, I saw 6 fingers. I saw the thumb and then the other 5.
And the cobwebs with droplets from the melted sleet. Just off the trail, Andrew spotted a flowering tree. So this is a tree called redbud. It's a native tree that grows everywhere, has like heart-shaped leaves. It's in the pea family. And in the springtime, these beautiful magenta flowers just like...
We can try to get the other evidence.
These are actually
I just touched something else, but I fucking left the thing outside on accident.
It doesn't actually hurt the tree or anything, but you can eat these. They have like a really crisp, kind of crunchy texture, and they actually taste like sweet peas. Really good, actually. You want to try?
Yeah. It's almost like a crisp lettuce with a hint of sweetness, like almost like a berry sweetness to it. Yeah, if you put those in a salad, that'd be good.
We kept hiking, and Brian reviewed our plans for tonight.
So we've got about 1 mile left to the campsite, and the plan is after we get the campsite set up, we can go hike to Cedar Falls. But it's actually about 4, and sunset is around 7. So if we're going to have enough time to get to Cedar Falls and back to our camp before it gets dark, we're going to have to hook it a little bit.
The hike to the campsite itself was relatively easy, but hiking to the falls added a decent chunk of mileage to today's hike. As we continued, we'll gulch the distance. Occasionally, small bits of sleep continued to fall from the overcast skies above.
I've not found it yet.
After a while, we neared our destination.
Actually, I think this might be it over here. Yeah, you can see the tent already. Yeah, there's 2 tents up ahead.
Oh, we finally reached the campsite area, passing by the retreat.
So I stayed at this campsite right here, campsite 1.
It actually looked really nice. Like, nicely maintained, but it's still like in the middle of the woods, and it feels right.
Activity's going up to a 10.
To our campsite.
It's going down now. It's going back down. Okay. Went to bed to get a flashlight.
Oh, this is great.
Let's take a load off.
And pull an axolotl and just use the UV light.
Good start so far.
Yeah. The fact that it's only going to get warmer and sunnier, it's very motivating. It bodes well for our trip.
For our
Of all
sleep
places.
tonight, we had a Voltron situation. With our 3 parts combined, we put together a huge 4-person tent.
Wow! This is good. Oh, man.
This is roomy. So much room.
Oh, man, this is so good. There was a documentary called Water Walker with the newest Bill Mason. He has this giant canvas tent. He's like, I know what people say. Where's the circus? But I like a big tent. He was right. He was right. That's where it's at. It feels like we're having a sleepover. I know, right? Like the Camp Adventure Archives slumber party.
At the store, when I bought this, the dude recognized me. His name was Randall. And I was like, yeah, we're going to get this tent, and we're going to have a big dumb sleepover.
We've been wanting to do this for a while, too, man. Yeah. It's funny, because we were thinking doing it on a winter trip, and this happened to be an accidental winter trip.
Okay.
This is literally like the tent that you set up in the backyard for kids.
Okay.
It'd be even funnier when Thomas is all from a time and you're like such
I was right! The 6 fingers.
just laughed into your nostril. Oh man, this is so great.
I don't know if there's really any reason to have separate tents again.
Yeah, this is great.
Yes.
Why would you not do this before?
Oh, this is awesome. It really does feel way more roomy than any other tent we've ever seen.
Yeah.
You can't get me into one of those tents they call pup tents.
Yeah, dude, we could literally just do everything in this tent. We just cook right in the recipe.
To feel organized.
Before we got too comfortable, we headed out to check out the waterfall.
Even though we are sort of racing against the clock, we were able to upload the tent and all our sleeping gear and we've got is water and food in our packs, so we're traveling light now, so I think we're gonna make good time.
So we Falls, everyone says that. Oh, there's our campsite again.
What, on the side of the free? Oh, what, on the side of the bridge?
Yeah, last time I didn't check this out, but
Yeah.
everything I've seen and heard, this might be the best waterfall in the park.
Yeah, I was hiding there the one day.
We hiked along a winding trail through the woods, which eventually dropped down and led us to a suspension bridge.
Yeah, so this is your first taste of the bridges. Cool. Bouncy?
I thought you were on the bridge with me.
No, on the bottom floor.
I feel like if we all got on, it'd be like super wobbly.
Yeah, on the first. That's what I said on the bottom floor, first floor.
You want to put your foot down, so your foot touches the bridge sooner than you're ready for it. Get all like off the ground.
So this is Board Tree Falls, I believe.
I will fight you. I'll destroy you.
Past the falls, the trail took us through patches of eastern hemlock and impressive rocky cliffs that towered high above us.
Okay.
Of hate.
You can hear the rushing of the falls.
Ghost orbs.
It definitely sounds huge. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of...
How much salt did you put down?
Here, the trail
Just 3?
to the upper and lower falls,
Okay.
and we decided to check out the lower. A rickety spiral staircase led us down a cliff. Soon, the falls were revealed to us.
So what do you have spirit box already?
Scramble down rocks to get closer, and enjoy the view.
If only it was warm enough to go in that water, because it looks pristine. I would be in there immediately. I think what's equally impressive is this whole, chasm or whatever. You see it's just been carved out. This is amazing. Yeah.
Oh, dots.
That area felt almost like a fort, except that it had been naturally carved out by Mother Nature herself.
Capture for the ghost. I grabbed the bone. I took a picture of it already. Yep. You wanna bring the other dots, or? Because we're not getting ringed by idiots, or having idiots on our team. There's a crucifix right by the door.
Oh man, that was incredible. It was certainly not what I expected, in a good way.
Oh my god, that was fucking creepy.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, the sunset didn't have to come, so we gotta make it back now. Time to go. Yeah.
We retraced our steps, heading back to camp as evening began to fall upon us. Tired and ready to get back, have some food, and just fall asleep in that tent.
There she is. What have you, kid? Oh, thank God.
I volunteered last minute to gather some wood and have a fire to warm us up on this cold night. After collecting wood, I pulled out the sawdust to see if it was cool at all. But unfortunately, the creek will be too damp.
So this sawdust definitely did not have enough time to dry out. We weren't planning on having a fire tonight. Nobody wants to sit around watching these feathers stick, so we're just gonna go easy move on.
Yep.
Thankfully, the thin hemlock twigs we had gathered for kindling easily caught fire.
I was like, you know what you're gonna have us do? Look at the farmhouse. There you go.
Now it was time to heat up some meals and get the fires warm. Brian had chicken fettuccine, Andrew had some chicken coconut curry, and I would be eating this entire lamb stew. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really hungry.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay. Now I'm a little more excited. That was a spot. Alright, trade. Yeah. I like it too.
What, the one you just opened?
Yeah, that's good. So glad we can share this.
Well, sometimes it can. I've seen videos talking about of it doing that, and then you could capture it with UV.
I did a really good job pouring that water.
No.
I estimated this one. Right.
Holy cow. That was incredible.
Yeah.
It's like,
Really good. I love how thick it is.
Not a bad one in the lot.
And Ron Bueller, you never
it's like, nah, you wouldn't come in. I'm pushing the door back.
Yeah, Ron Mueller knows how to do good, man.
This is what I've been waiting for ever since we left Big
Yep,
Bad.
no UV
Man,
on it.
I'm so glad that you convinced us to do this fire.
Absolutely the right call. Good
Yeah.
That's part of it. You get that 10 back.
It's gonna be the warmest cold night ever.
It was a little rough at the end today.
Yeah.
That last hike. More than making up for it.
Yeah. I need this.
And to top things off with some cup noodles.
I wasn't sure if I'd need the Maruchan ramen.
Oh, you better believe I do.
Oh, no. Minus the smoke. This is amazing.
Nothing upstairs.
Can't go wrong with a cup noodle.
You missed the perfect rhyme. Can't go wrong.
with Mary John. After dinner, we added some more wood to the fire and enjoyed its warmth.
Where?
Spending time around a campfire was the perfect way to cap off the day before a cozy night of sleep.
I was waiting for this all day.
It's gonna be pretty fast tonight.
Okay, well tomorrow we have our longest day of mileage, so we probably want to get to sleep ASAP.
You know how our uncle would always say, like, imagine you're in a spaceship? This is that realized.
Huga, cozy. It's like a Pinterest board come to life or something.
We also added a rope to hang our damp clothes.
This way we have a divider between us. Oh man, this is great.
I feel like my comfort level's at 9,000.
You know what this feels like? It's like we're on an expedition in the jungle or something. We've got like a huge base camp.
Alright, now good night.
Let's go back upstairs real quick. Since I have the camera, so I can look for ghost orbs.
The next morning, a gentle snow was pattering on our tent, but we were still warm inside. You can see his face. It's just like a hat. I slept decently, but then like
Nope,
partway
no
through
ghost
the night, I
orbs.
had to pee, and I did not want to get up because I heard the pitter patter of precipitation.
I rotisserie chicken.
No ghost orbs.
My joints sore, but
You look hilarious with that hat.
I sleep with my
Yeah,
and then I pull it
okay.
like this. And it keeps my entire face warm. At the beginning of the night, my feet were cold and my sides were a little cold. And then eventually I just like woke up and everything was just warm and comfortable and everything just felt normal.
Did you try to use the spear box, or can you only use it in the...
The day started, and Andrew had a special treat prepared for us. I've got a
Spear box is at the door.
It doesn't really involve cooking.
Oh yeah.
So, not only is it cereal, it's these like weird snack size giant cereals. Oh man, those are huge. Look at these. Oh man, it's so big.
You've had plenty of good ideas, but this might be your best yet.
I can't believe it's taken this long for us to do this. Oh man, I feel life returning to me. Do those taste like actual honeycomb? Like is it? Oh yeah.
Did you turn on this light in this bathroom?
Fruit pebbles are pretty good, but I feel like those milk washes a little sugar. Those honeycombs are on point though.
The honeycomb is toast.
Eating milk and cereal feels like something either a beginner or an expert backpacker would do. You might have to start doing this more often too.
Now that we had enjoyed our cold cereal, it was time to warm up with some hot coffee.
The parents' room. No, parents' room. The bathroom. The big room, here. So, bathroom in here.
Yeah, this steam kind is
That might be Fox.
Yeah, I like it amazing.
Oh no, it's a ghost event. Okay, I'm fine. Let me go grab an incense.
After coffee, we got ready to break camp. We packed up all of our things into our bags.
Mhm.
Just as we took down the tent and finished up, sleet and snow
Okay.
started falling once again. Nonetheless,
Okay.
we hiked out, looking forward to the rest of the day. The snow fell softly from above as we passed by a couple of junctions leading to the next portion of our journey.
So we go this way a little bit and then take another junction.
So that was to the fault yesterday, now we're going this way.
Now, the trail led downhill, taking us along a rushing river that cascaded over shelves of shale rock.
As we hiked, the snow gradually stopped, and the sun finally started to shine. The day started out feeling like winter, but there's still some reminders that it's actually spring. Just off the trail, there's like beautiful flowering dogwood, and also more of those really bright magenta-colored redbud flowers. I'm hoping as we get lower in elevation, we're going to start seeing even more of that sort of thing.
Indeed, as we hiked further down, we saw more signs of spring.
Some leaves over here that even I recognize.
Those are tulip top blue leaves. I think a lot of the green leaves we're seeing, like in the distance, are these.
Here, you want your incense? You just gotta pick up the matches on the ground.
Fire later.
We also saw longspur violets.
I brought you one.
All at once, Andy started spotting other wildflowers.
I'll put your incense on the ground.
This is the first trillium I've seen on that trail, and this is trillium still. It's got these distinct, like, maroon colored petals and these kind of blotchy leaves. And then over here,
So we just have spirit box so far.
phlox grows, and these just add, like, such a
Yep,
nice
okay.
color.
Brian started seeing familiar plants as well.
Right here, we've got these
Okay.
curled up caterpillar-looking plants, and these are actually young immature fronds that are going to unravel and eventually become these ferns. I think these are Christmas ferns. So as we keep learning, I'm seeing even more and more flowers. So I've seen some wild geraniums, partly foam flower. I also saw a rue anemone and a very similar-looking white flower that's in the hepatica genus.
Dark ass fucking
They're all
room.
very beautiful.
Is it the bathroom or?
Brilliant yellow Bacteria ovata, but if you look at some of the basil leaves and flip them over, they're actually this nice dark maroon purplish color on the bottom.
It felt as though we had been transported through time on this trail. All of the snow and sleet that fell onto the ground seemed to have magically germinated into beautiful spring ephemerals. Lowered in elevation, we saw even more flora growing from the forest floor.
Yeah, I'm having like way too much fun right now because there's so many.
Asshole in my face.
Earlier I saw some Canadian wood betony. Now I'm starting to see
Squeeze.
some Trillium grandifolium, which are the ones with the white flowers. Some of them are a little more pinkish. And we're also getting a better view at some of the flowers we've already seen, like wild geraniums. This is the heartleaf foam flower, and you can kind of see why it's called that. It's like this, I don't know, does that look foamy to you? Yeah. Vaguely. I also saw some Paul Solomon field plants that are just starting to emerge. It's crazy how much things just switch, because like, when we were up at the campsite, there was only a few violets and nothing else, but like, paradise.
And growing nearby was woodland stonecrop, a succulent native to the eastern U.S.
I would grab the other crucifix if you're.
Below us, rapids rushed along the stream, providing water to the mayaples and striped wintergreens. I spotted another beautiful wildflower.
Holy crap, Brian was asking about some trilliums.
Let me go grab a motion sensor for the challenge. That's what I meant to grab earlier, but forgot to.
These are irises growing in the wild. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Wow, this is like, I'm in heaven right now. I feel like Arnold when he gets the pumpkin.
These irises were dwarf-crested irises. They were growing pretty close.
Is it in the truck, maybe?
Plantain flowers.
No, I don't. I only brought in one dot.
And just to reiterate, picking the flowers.
Oh yeah, I know I placed it. Sorry.
How's it? I mean, it's refreshing. It's kind of like crunchy, like lettuce at first, and then there's a little bit of tanginess at the end, I feel. Yeah. Another tree that I love in the spring is a buckeye. And these leaves are only out because this is the first tree that those are fully developed. They kind of look similar to Colorado.
Move the flashlight in a second.
We hiked through more garden-esque paths, seeing a variety of colorful wildflowers.
Okay.
Among the wildflowers that we saw were these red flowers called fire pinks. We continued on.
Oh, dots.
The sun began shining more as the clouds
Okay.
dissipated away. Now, it felt like we had truly
Yep, I just seen it on the camera. So we have Phantom, Yokai, and Diogen. Great with the Diogen, you can run, but you can't hide. So if I fucking hide, I'm screwed. Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't see UV at all when I was in there.
Virginia not
Like anywhere.
Fry from yesterday. We were
Ghost
now
orbs.
surrounded by lush green, popping with a variety of different colors.
So it's a yokai. I'll try to do the side objective, but let me take some. There's no sanity meds, first I'm so screwed.
It really was surreal how much the moisture of the valley had made this environment so much more lush than the woods we saw high up on the rocky bluffs the previous day.
So just on this rock alone, there's so many different plants growing. One of the first things I noticed coming out of the moss is something called stonecrop, which is one of the few succulent plants that grows around. There's also rue anemone, wild violets, wild phlox, wild geranium, and some trilliums growing. So as I was looking at all these flowers, I noticed the distinct bark of some tulip poplar sticks. I've talked about it before, but it has kind of a darker color and usually has these cracks in it. But the giveaway is that some of it has peeled off in a very fibrous manner. So I'm going to collect some of this as best as I can. It's a little brittle, but some of it should just peel off pretty nice. Like that.
It's going up the stairs.
The trail continued along the river. Eventually, it led us to a lower, flat area where we could hear the sound of a nearby waterfall.
Yeah, if I remember correctly,
Imagine it walks
in
past.
the middle of the water. Take a closer look.
I just found the tender mother lode. Holy crap. I'm actually not sure what bark this is, but this is going to be amazing.
Why is it chewed up like that?
I have no idea. It's hard to tear, but I'll take care of that in a second. Alright, yeah, we're definitely going to get a good fire going tonight.
Before collecting all the tinder, we decided to check out the falls.
There's still so many photos to take. I'm just gonna try to go get the salt.
Looks like we're kind of in the riverbed here.
Yeah, the water level is definitely lower.
No, wait, I don't have the camera. What is there? Okay, do you have a camera on your dead body?
One of those trips where I feel like I can stay out here forever.
Although these were smaller falls, we were enchanted by the way the water flowed over the different layers of rock, as though it had been painted or sculpted by someone.
You sure? How did you put down?
After taking in the calm, flowing water,
How?
we returned to the trail and talked about our surroundings.
So I'm pretty sure you can see the green bottom there. I'm pretty sure the water was up to the top of that last time I was here. Because I don't think you could get all the way to the water.
Woman, get away from. Oh my god, it's close to. Okay.
Water level would be higher. Last year, when I came here, was the exact same week that we're here now.
I can't see shit.
So earlier we saw trillium
Running into on the thing.
maroon petals, but these are called trillium recurvatum. And you can tell that the petals, they curve kind of backwards on the flower. And then over here, there's a plant called wild ginger. Actually, this one has a little flower starting to come out. Wild ginger
The
is
scent.
you pick up the root and eat it. It has this kind of gingery taste. I've tried it. It kind of brings it out the way a fine peppercorn does. So it's not just that ginger flavor, but it actually kind of tingles your tongue. I've heard it high enough, it's a little toxic, but for a little bit, it's totally fine to use it. So like I said, I'm not even sure what kind of bark this is, but you don't really need to know that to know this will catch a flame or catch a spark really easily.
No, so cute. Little nap.
I'm just gonna cut some of these off. That's gonna be great for starting a fire. But just in case, I want to collect some of the bird bark too. Gonna cut a section out of here.
I'm sure you have a restful nap after your options that you have.
We continued along the hiking up a hill that led out of the gully.
New intel. Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
2 or 3 hours top of whatever release time.
Scattered around the forest, and we eventually came across a giant boulder.
I wonder where exactly did the attack come from?
I was like,
Probably tumbled down.
I'm gonna do this one too.
No map was
I'm not gonna try too hard. I'll have a big mat underneath.
We continued hiking atop the hill, surrounded by open, expansive forests. More giant boulders surrounded us on either side of the trail as it started winding back downhill.
As we approached the bottom of the hill, we came across a junction with a path leading to another waterfall.
Okay, let me go take
called
a.
Ranger Falls.
I get the camera
We
and
decided to take a
other shit.
and have a special snack that I had brought. Some bagels and cream cheese. A simple treat, but one that's all the more appreciated when backpacking.
Man, that hits the spot. Cream cheese bagel has such a specific association. I feel like there's really nothing else like it, is there? Yeah.
We took some time to rest at the junction, but we still had over 5 miles to go, so we soon got up to keep hiking.
So the camera and the book are right there, and then I'm bringing the thermometer and UV at the moment with the camera.
As we hiked towards the waterfall, we noticed subtle changes in the environment that reminded us spring had truly arrived.
I think you'll notice this really quickly, but this area was way more lush than the rest of the trail last time I was here. Because I think the water just kind of sprays out here. But already you can see.
Yeah, there's all this moss growing
I
everywhere.
think it's the one I don't have too.
Look how Princess Mononoke this is. Right?
Freaking eyeballs.
Look how Princess Mononoke I am right now.
The warm sun started shining through the clouds again, accentuating the beauty of the lush environment around us.
Ghost riding.
Look up here just how much greenery there is. Pretty sure it's because of the spray from the waterfalls.
It's gotta be. Even the cliffside is just covered in vegetation. Yeah,
I didn't see any UV, so. And then I took the temperature and I didn't see. Oh, not yet, at least not freezing temps. Did you put the salt on the ground? Okay. Okay.
The forest floor here was carpeted in all sorts of greenery, including this young water plant.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think this valley is even more biodiverse than the other. I'm also seeing blue cohots, and I just saw some Dutchman's bridges, which is one of my favorite spring wildflowers. I really fear the waterfall.
So maybe dots would be a thing.
Pretty substantial. It looks like a wall of water.
And now, we approached Ranger Falls.
Ghost riding. That's really about it, right?
We neared the falls, and when we were close, we took in all of its glory. The falls were incredible. Like a tapestry draped over the rocks, the water gracefully slid bluffs in front of us, filling the air with cool.
No, I have the one so far.
Quite impressive right now, but this is actually pretty light compared to last time. There's just a wall of water really violently spraying.
Totally just it was the yeah, and it walked straight to me. When I was looking at the basement, it went to the or walked towards the basement when I was coming. So.
Now we headed back to the path to the main trail. Along the way, I saw flowering stonecrop and some other things.
I was hiking and I saw a terrible looking sight.
I really didn't leave the room already.
It's a mushroom called devil's urn. You can see why it's called that. It's got these urn-shaped cups. That's really cool. Hopefully that is the first of many.
Or not.
Because when I was right here,
Though
by the door. Like checking it, it came from that way though. So maybe it's gotta be there still, but maybe it just doesn't want to walk through the salt yet. It moved.
As we hiked, we saw more large boulders, dry creek bed to our right, as well as on the hillsides to our left.
Oh, dickhead.
The trail again.
Let me go right here.
And we were really starting to feel it in our legs.
You guys struggling as bad as I am?
Kinda. I'm not doing too bad yet. I think once you reach that junction, you can take a break, do a snack, and boost them around.
We continued on, and I noticed some water in the otherwise dry creek bed below.
Yep, I couldn't get away from it. Run away from it in time.
Water down there. There's definitely quite a bit of dry.
I thought it was really gross to win because that's how it was. You might as well just delete that one photo because it's not a good one. I didn't get a good photo of him.
Push our one.
Bitch ass. Fuck you.
We enjoyed the peaceful sounds and sights around us as Robbie left to fill up the water below.
Thankfully, it was an easy one-man job.
We just have ghost riding.
100 times easier.
I guess since the book has such good range, it could make sense why it picked it up or like that, but...
You know, it's probably a lot easier with the new method, but I still forgot that you still have to fill up your line with and you have to pump that. It was much easier.
With our water replenished,
Make up your mind, Ghost.
the trail climbed uphill again.
We don't
Over some
play
rocks before another trail junction.
footsies, okay? I'll shank your ass and walk around with a knife.
3 miles to the campsite.
Not too bad. 2 days from now.
That's why you guys heard me repeatedly saying shank, shank, shank yesterday, because I was sitting there stabbing Axolotl to death.
Enjoying the sandpeckers and the sights of wildflowers.
What me and Angel were.
And then we continued on. It was a fairly peaceful hike from here along the hill. As we hiked, there were more spring plants that caught my attention.
Finally found what I thought I was going to be seeing a lot more of around here.
It's throwing a lot of shit while it's running around.
Allium family. It is one of the most sought after for.
You believe it could be a poltergeist.
See the stem and the little clump of seeds from last year.
Still
That's one
hunting.
thing about how people harvest these is a lot of people
Okay, you're fine.
entire bulb up, like a garlic bulb or shallot or something. But it's much better if you just
Is there-
take a few leaves from each plant and let the plant stay there to grow.
Hmm.
When you take the whole bulb, obviously.
What ghost? Is there a ghost that just specifically likes to constantly move?
Continued hiking and found ourselves at another suspension bridge.
Okay, freezing temp. So it could be demon, revenant, shade, or Mori, but I don't think it's a shade.
Scary, right? People were giving me a hard time.
Okay, so for
Scary. It's not like I'm not gonna.
revenant, you would need ghost orbs, which since makes sense if it is now that it moved. So and then you need ultraviolet for demon,
Walking on such a shaky bridge was definitely a weird sensation.
and then for Mori you need
You're looking at
spirit box. Wait, spirit box.
I started imagining
So I guess the living room or wherever the fuck this asshole wants to be.
We saw even more wildflowers hiked, including this Carolina vetch and some
What an
pretty
asshole.
flowering woods. The trail wound higher on the hillside, and we came across another plant that seemed out of place.
this is really interesting. There's some sort of bamboo growing here. I'm guessing it's not a native species, but I've seen some people who plant bamboo in their yards and it just like spreads so
So
fast.
spirit
Surprised there's not more of this.
box, ghost orb, and ultraviolet.
We kept on hiking despite our fatigue. Once in a while, we stopped.
So ghost orb, spirit, and ultraviolet is what you would need.
Trail descended.
And ultraviolet. Yeah.
The forest here were more brown and barren, save for a few spring greens popping from the cracks in the rocks.
Before long, trail was back in a valley. with another
Yeah,
suspicious
he came from the living room. He's like messing with a lot of shit though in the like kitchen, like throwing shit.
Definitely a weird and uncomfortable sensation.
Still in the kitchen.
On the other side of the bridge, we saw some trout lilies growing.
He's going down to the basement.
These beautiful flowers also happen to be edible and have a mottled pattern on their that resembles the skin of a trout. The trail again ascended uphill onto another ridge, but thankfully the trail quickly flattened out.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore. He went down to the basement, so did he just move back to, did he move down to the basement now? Because he didn't come back up. Okay.
This is a tree we've seen many times before, one of my favorites, a beech tree. But right now it is at the perfect time to eat the leaves. These are nice and kind of translucent almost, and really bright green, so the leaves are perfectly tender to just eat straight up. But sometimes I really like to forage for flowers and leaves and make a wild salad, and this is
Okay, that's a Mori.
replacement for like lettuce for the base of the salad. I am actually going to eat these. This is on a tree that's already been fallen, and there's just kind of a last burst of light. I'm gonna pick these. And it's kind of a general leafy taste, but there is like a surprising substantiveness to it. Like, between the texture and the flavor almost...
Yeah, I tried to get him when he was like chasing me, but he fucking disappeared. I don't know, like an excuse me, like an asshole.
It is devoid of taste so far.
You were nowhere.
Wet or dry?
No, there's
Silly.
there's kind of a
Anywhere and everywhere.
powdery texture to it, but not really an actual taste.
Yeah.
I guess my mom finally used her automatic stir that we got like months ago.
It has the same flavor as like flowers. You know what I mean?
You just put it in your pot and it stirs for you.
But for some reason
So you don't have to do it.
But it is a really good...
Well, it's good if it's something you need to be constantly stirring and if you have to do something else, so it kind of helps you multitask when you're cooking.
Considering checking out.
Oh my god, Gio, I have a moment. Okay.
That is the gated
Oh my god.
storage cabin.
I feel like we are all thinking the same thing. Let's keep going.
Don't really need to go.
Well, we're gonna be going inside a cabin.
I'm okay with skipping it. I've seen it before.
That's very downhill.
Onward. If you would like to see that, just go to the previous video. You guys have not seen the Transformers movie, right? There's something called the Allspark. Oh. I'm supposed to open it in the darkest hour. This is our darkest hour. Mine anyway. So it's brownie time.
Savor each nibble. Tomorrow is going to be all about taking yourself. You don't have much mileage. Take a break when you want to take a break. Sweet time.
And definitely sleeping in tonight.
After resting, we continued on, seeing some bear corn and a millipede along the way. In the distance, we could see hills through the trees, and we spotted some other land.
Like a big pool of water right now.
At least we got a source if we need it. We're very close. I think the bridge and the intersection just
We were definitely close now, so we hurriedly continued hiking. Here, the trail brought us to one more suspension bridge just before our campsite. No matter how many of these we crossed, there was still a weird sensation.
Sometimes you kind of gotta like stop because it's getting too wobbly.
We reached the junction with the trail we would be hiking up tomorrow.
You know, he's pissing me off.
Campsite, and we were excited to settle down for the day and get some food and rest.
This last jaunt to the campsite is very pleasant at least.
Yeah. We passed by the outhouse and found our site, which had a huge fire pit.
Whoa. Wow, our tent's gonna go perfect.
Before doing anything, we sat down to get some rest. The sun slowly...
It's hunting. Do you have it marked? Okay. Yeah, so he was in here somewhere because that's where he
After setting up
came from.
it was time to boil some water for tonight's
Oh, what a dickhead.
While that was boiling, we got our gear inside the tents and collected firewood.
So I'm 2 piles of wood, one for tonight, and one for tomorrow morning for more of an elaborate breakfast.
After collecting some kindling, the water was just about boiling.
For what?
We put water into our meals. Andrew would be having fettuccine alfredo. I would be having home-style chicken and rice, and Robbie would be having butternut squash dal curry.
I'm so excited.
I've been waiting for this since last night.
I've been waiting for this since you ate it in Texas.
Oh, right.
Nice. So what if we could blow out a firelight?
Oh, yeah.
It's totally full.
Well, if I have my stuff on, we'll still have a candle to do it, so. Well, I always have to make sure to keep my firelight on.
This is good. It's super hearty.
Food really hits differently and actually need it. That's for sure.
That is amazing how...
It's fine, I'll keep my firelight whenever we're playing, just in case.